Hey guys, welcome to fifth video of Angular 5 series. In this video we will discuss about interpolation, and we also discuss about what interpolation can do in Angular 5 application, and then after also we will discuss about what cannot be done using interpolation. Interpolation is all about data binding. Data binding means to bind the data between view template and component. In few next video we will discuss about data binding in detail. Data binding is classified in three ways. First is one-way data binding. In that, data will be bind from component to view template. The second is also one-way data binding, but this time data will be bind from view template to component. And third and very important is two-way data binding. In that, data will be bind from component to view template as well as from view template to component. So to display read-only data from component to view template, we are using one-way data binding technique known as interpolation. So let's take one quick example of interpolation in our Angular 5 application. So I have already created first step application in Angular 5, and in that first component I am using inline template to show the message. So when I run this application, it will show me two messages on my browser. The first message came from my root component, and here in this application app component is my root component, and the second message will coming from the first component, and this will be the our child component. Here in first component you will see the template property has hard-coded HTML string. So whenever you run this application, you will always find hello developers in browser. Here I want to add a developer name dynamically. So for that I will create one property in my class. It's a public property, then name of that property, and I will assign the value over here. Now I want to assign this property to my template. So for that I will use curly braces and just write the property inside that curly braces, and when I save these changes and in browser I will reflect that change. Okay, so you can see here it will display my property value in browser. So the point is, when I write any property name in curly braces, it will evaluate this code and it will fetch the value from the component property. Here I am writing hard-coded string, but in real-time scenario the name property will have value from any web service or API. So you have to just assign that value over here, and then the binding expression means interpolation will evaluate that value and display that on your browser. Here you can evaluate any expression using interpolation. For example, if I write like this, and 4 plus 5 will be evaluate using interpolation. So when I just save this change and go in browser, it will render the value of 4 plus 5 as 9. Not only component property, we can also evaluate component method using interpolation. For that let's create one method in our component class like get user, and in that method we will return the name like welcome, and this dot the name. Okay. And in this h2 tag we will evaluate that method. So I will just remove this and call the function get user over here. Okay, so when I save these changes, it will evaluate that get user function of that component class. So you can find here the welcome Nisarg. You can also evaluate JavaScript property and methods using interpolation. For example, if you want to find the length of particular string, or you want to change the case of particular string, so it is possible in interpolation. For example, here I am finding the length of my name property, and I am also changing the case of the name string. So for that I am using the length property and using to uppercase method. So when I save this change and in browser I will reflect the changes. Here it is. So these are the features you can achieve using interpolation. So now discuss what you cannot achieve using interpolation. For example, if I want to assign a particular value to any property, so let's say I am writing here like in interpolation expression I will write I a equal to 5 plus 5 and save the change. So in browser so here nothing to display. Let's check our console. Okay, okay, you are getting error over here. So the point is you cannot assign a value using interpolation. This will give you error. Another limitation of interpolation is you cannot access global variable. For example, if I want to access or get URL of my application like this, windows.location.href, and when I run the application, this will give me error like cannot read property location of undefined. So if I want to achieve this, I have to create one property in component like public URL, the property name, and I will assign the value over here, and I will just bind this component property to my view template. Okay, so here I can get the URL of my website. So let's quickly summarize this session. In this session we already discussed what is interpolation and why it is used. We also discussed how we can bind our component property value to our template. We also discussed how we can evaluate the expression using interpolation, how we can achieve string concatenation, and how we can call our component method and evaluate in template. We also discuss how we can access the JavaScript property and method, and we also discuss what interpolation cannot do, like it cannot assign a value and it cannot access a global variable. So that's it from this video session. If you like this video, then please subscribe our YouTube channel so you can get the notification about new videos. You can also subscribe our website codefordevelopers.com, where you can read latest articles and blogs about JavaScript, Angular, Ionic and C#. And you can also like our Facebook page Code for Developers and get the notification about latest post, and also tweet us on @C4D_official, and you can mail us any technical query on contact@codefordevelopers.com. So see you in next video. Thank you.